So today we're doing my top 10 tier list again. The reason I'm doing another one, first of all, I've had some, of course, changing opinions on Broly. I haven't actually done my Broly tier list yet since he's been in the meta. Also, Goku and Bardock got announced earlier this morning. Really early in the morning. Their Zenkai is coming tomorrow night, as I'm filming this at or around 7 o'clock on the Monday, June 8th, US time. So they will be releasing in about 30 something hours tomorrow night. I've had some various opinions on who the top 4 is. The gap has changed a bit. 5, 6, 7, 8. So here's all the characters we have here. And let's just get to ranking. So in the 10 to 8 spot, I'm just going to put these guys here all at once just to get through with it. So we got Buhan, Janemba, and Nappa. Nappa being the best out of them. It's not that Nappa's bad. He does have some value, but with Goku Black being as dominant as he is, and Nappa lacking a real proper disrupt. Moving on, we have Janemba. Janemba is just a solid guy. There's just not really many people to put here. You could argue for Bardock, and we'll talk about Bardock probably in my next tier list or when I talk about my teams for Goku and Bardock. Janemba being carried by, not carried, but he is really much better because of the boost. He's getting up to 285 damage guard, whatever how much damage inflicted. So that's why I'm sitting on Janemba's placements. Next, let's talk about Buhan. Buhan can still be annoying. I've lost to him a couple of times, but I haven't really seen him much. If you play him properly, it's really hard to beat him, but he can get brute forced really easily. You land a blue card, and he's pretty much dead, even with Goku Black, Rose, Red Broly, Green Broly, Ultra Gogeta. Basically, the top dogs are just shitting on Buhan so much. Buhan is way too much glass at this point, but he's really good in stall comps. So that's my 8 through 10 listing. We're not going to get too in depth on them just because I've talked about them. And if I were to say one thing about them, Nappa not having a proper disrupt, Janemba being fully replaced on all his teams, and Buhan being fully replaced on his team. Basically, they're all replaced on their teams. Moving on, let's talk about 7 and 6. So actually 7 and 6. So I think I'm gonna put Super Vegito here at 7. Super Vegito is still a very strong character. He does insane damage, still some of the highest damage in the game. Especially in Proud Battle, where this guy really shines through. He can brute force a lot of people, being one of the biggest checks for Broly. But now we have Goku Black and Janemba still here. Janemba's okay. And it's Vegito. Vegito can actually brute force to a lot of characters' defenses, even yellows, even Goku Black sometimes. That blue card is really annoying, but he has some of the highest damage in the game still. Like, top 5 in the game for sure for damage. It's him. Like, this is not listed, but him, Goku Black, Red Broly, and Gogeta are like some of the top dogs when it comes to damage. So this guy being able to brute force a lot of teams, a pretty good check on Broly. Better than Nappa in my opinion. Moving on to my number 6, we have our Legend Rose. So you'd be like, oh my god, there's like a bunch of reds in the meta. There's 3 reds in top 10 right now. Well, Xenoverse, first of all, is a stacking unit. You want to be on field for a bit to stack up his damage and actually look good. How many times have you guys looked when you're comboing with Rose and you're like doing no damage? Well, you guys need to stack up his damage. He's a stacking unit. So anyways, that's all. That's why. So his damage stacking is really good. Once he's built up, he does insane damage. His most powerful asset to him is his disrupt. He can do really good against both of the Brolys, actually, but he can get brute force through. And he's not really that wall that we're really needing right now as a character. So I'm hoping Goku and Bardock, especially the Goku side, can really deal with these reds, as we don't really have a proper legitimate blue to check them. They're being checked by a yellow. We're in a meta where these reds can get checked by someone like Goku Black, and that's insane to me. Anyways, Rose is really good. I think he is most valuable thing is being able to waste debuffing by spamming blue cards or just feeding blue cards to other characters, to Red Broly and Goku Black, even Gogeta. Green Broly doesn't really need to deal with the blue cards. He can basically draw his own. Rose has a disrupt going for him, and he's still solid when he gets the neutral blue card against the Broly, Green Broly. And yeah, he can definitely hurt with the blue cards. Moving on to the top 5. So let's talk about 13. So 13, you could argue, I mean, you can honestly, this is fine, but I'm more comfortable putting 13 at number 5. What is 13 offering you? Well, he's offering you a second life. Very good, powerful disrupt, especially early game, can help you get priority much easier in the early game. He has his second life, art ceiling, but the biggest thing he offers is team synergy and support. What is his tags? Well, he's PO, he's movies, and he's even technically a fusion warrior. The reason I have 13 really high up on the ladder is because he's honestly, he's insane. Of course, not on his own, but the fact that he can support, he's giving cards to his team, he's shielding, giving them the damage inflicted once his gauges when he switches out, and I think that's honestly really valuable. I've had many games where, sure, he's glass, but I've had tons of games where he doesn't even revive until there's 80 counts, 50 counts left in the match. And this is not even just me. I'm fighting against other 13s who live the whole match. We're in such a timer count meta, or it's either a timer count meta or you just get obliterated dominated. Specifically if you're running against Red Broly. Red Broly really has a hold on the game where he can actually kill units to a certain degree. So I think Broly's helping offset the timer count meta just a little bit. But when we get Goku and Bardock, I think this is going to go back to the hard stuck games where we're relying off damage. That's where 13 suffers a bit. But in those games where you're fully glazing your allies and you can brute force through enemies, I think 13 has really good value in that. Let's talk about the top 4. This is kind of listed, but not really. I do have Broly at the top. These guys are all interchangeable. But I think this is my listing. I know it's crazy. I really don't care what you guys list them, but to me, these guys can all be top 1 in your own right. You could have Goku Black 1, 2, 3, 4. You could have Broly 1, 2, 3, 4. You can have Broly 1, 2, 3, 4. You can have like, it literally doesn't matter. These guys gap the game entirely on their own. It's not even a competition compared to the other units in the game. If you're wondering why you can argue anyone, first of all, they're all in their own right, carrying the game and carrying their team. When they're all ran together, it's just these guys and no one else. The only 2 other people I see is Xenoverse and 13. Those are the only other 2 units in the game. Let's just do a rundown. Gogeta, all-rounder, insane high burst damage, insane just damage overall, Stardust Fall. Of course, has the guard. Broly being one of the tankiest units in the game. Second to Goku Black, having the counter gauge basically. But the more you play against him, you could fight against him. But once he's full built up, he's annoying. The reason I have these 2 over them is because these guys can get through their endurances. Especially Broly isn't canceling buff effects more than once. So these guys can honestly not one shot, but can get through their endurances. I've lost many games where Goku Black or Broly gets through my reds, gets through Broly. I've had games where Broly shits on them. I've had games where this Broly has shit on everyone. I've had games where this Gogeta shits on everyone. It honestly doesn't matter. I will go from using Gogeta and Broly and 13 or just whoever, Goku Black on the team, and I get ran through by Red Broly. Then I switch to Red Broly and Goku Black, and then I get shit on by these 2. It's just a never-ending chain, and these guys are all just pretty much locking the game, and they're all just like together. They're just meshed so well that they're all considered top 1 in my opinion. If there was a more set in stone, this is probably my personal. This is probably my genuine top 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, but they're all 1 to me. And I almost just did a top like 6 or top whatever 6, 7. Like I was literally just gonna put these all at number 1, but I do think I have to just list it 1 through 4. These guys are all just insane. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.